Alright guys, welcome back to another Shop Don't Stop video. Today we're going to be doing spark plugs on this F-150 here. It's the V6 engine, so the V6 EcoBoost with the 3.5.
And later today we're going to be taking the E36 M3 out for a rip. It'll be Srikar's first time riding in it. Routine maintenance trumps joyrides, so we'll tackle this job and then maybe we'll drop a little content at the end of the video of that E36. Follow along and wait till the end.
Cut. Alright guys, so these are the tools you're going to need for this job. We got an assortment of extensions. I got this ratchet here, torque wrench to torque the spark plugs back down. Need a 5/8 spark plug socket that we got right here. Obviously 6 spark plugs for this one, but if you have a V8 you'll need 8 spark plugs. I got this 5/16 right here. It's just to get off the coil pack, and a 10mm to get the engine cover off. So this is all you need, not too hard of a job. Alright guys, so got the engine cover off already. There's two 10mm that go on there. Main reason we were doing this truck's around 70,000 miles, recommended between 60 to 100, but honestly the job isn't too hard, so doing it at 60 is probably better. The plugs were around $100 for all 6 of them. You can get them at your Ford dealer, or if you want to go with an aftermarket set of plugs, you could do that too. It'll be probably the same price, around this $100 mark. Alright, so let's get started on this first spark plug here. I actually got an 8mm, found it in the trenches. So you don't need that 5/16 screwdriver if you got one of these. Go to this coil pack bolt right here, and then just should loosen up pretty easily. And then you can just get it off by hand after that. Before you pull the coil pack off, what you want to do is, if we look right here on these Ford clips, the way they work is there's this little white tab on the top of it. What you do is just pull it down and it unlocks it, and then you should be able to just shimmy it off. Might take a little bit of convincing, well there you go. And then once we get that off, we can safely pull out the coil without worrying about the wires getting bent, damaged, any of that. I'm just going to place this to the side. Make sure you're doing one at a time so you know which one goes back where. It's a little thing, but just helps keep everything organized. So now that we got that out, we'll get the spark plug out. Alright, so I got the long extension on this one just because we have more space. Then I'm going to pop it in there and just loosen it. Just be a little careful, make sure it's locked on before you start loosening, but there, we got it loose, and then just a few turns, and then you should be able to just loosen the rest by hand. For those of you wondering, this is broken, so it doesn't ratchet anymore. So that's why I've been doing it this other way, but
Srikar's just not utilizing the tools that are in my garage. I just got home from work and he was just ratting around working on his truck with the shittiest tools that he could find, not actually the good ones that are in this garage.
So a few days later we'll get this out eventually. Just taking some time here. You guys can probably listen to an ad or something. There we go. So this old one looks pretty grimy, so it's a good thing we're changing it. But we'll do a comparison with the old one and the new ones next to each other so you guys can see that. Side-by-side comparison here, as you can see, very dirty. So this should already be pre-gapped because we got it at the Ford dealer, but what you want to do is, there's some numbers on here that we want to just check out. And if you guys can see those numbers, they match up. N0078, so that means they're the same ones and we're good to go. Bro has me on a leash. Alright, so same thing, just opposite way. We put the spark plug in the socket, make sure it's seated in that rubber boot so it's not going to fall out. Just slowly drop it in there. Might have to wiggle it around to feel it catch, but start hand threading it in. Do not use a ratchet, because that could cross thread the spark plug threads, and then you don't want that. So just thread it in as much as you can until it feels like it's getting tight. Once again, might take a few days. It's very cold here in Milwaukee, so my hands are basically frozen.
Any companies out there watching this want to sponsor us with a garage heater, hit us up.
Alright, so now we're going to get the torque wrench and torque this to 11 foot-pounds, and then should be good to put everything back together.
That is a contraption.
Alright, so I got the torque wrench set to 11 foot-pounds. It's not a lot, so you're going to probably hear it pretty quick, but get that down there. Make sure it's on the spark plug. That's already 11 foot-pounds. Like I said, not too much is needed. And so we'll put the coil pack back on and tighten everything down, and then keep going. Just hand tighten that. You don't need to torque it down or anything. Just don't go too crazy. When we pop this clip back on, just reverse the process. Put it on there first and then push forward on this and should be good to go. All right, we'll get going on the next few spark plugs here and get a little time lapse for you guys. All right, guys, putting the cover back on here. So you just slide it into the back there. Maybe. Make sure you're clearing your...
That sounds
oil
nice.
cap. Got the two nuts. Just pop them back on and tighten it down.
These nuts.
Kids banned from videos.
Banned from YT. All right, just finished up the spark plugs. Now that we have that done, we're gonna go take it for a drive, and then after that, Shriekar's first ride in the E36.
All right, guys, so we're test driving the car now after the spark plug change. What you really want to look for is just see if there's any misfires, you feel like there's any hesitation, or obviously if there's any codes that pop up. So far, the acceleration's smooth. Mileage has actually increased just in this little bit that we've been going. So I'll keep an eye on that these next few days because that would be pretty huge. Those spark plugs did look like they needed to be changed. Could be a little factor in why the mileage was dropping. But otherwise, no check engine lights, no hesitation. We're running pretty good.
Antibiotics on a guy.
Actually, might need like oxygen right now.
All you need is the 90s BMW smell.
So basically, the backstory to that is Jamie started the car for like 30 minutes, and I came out to sit in it because I didn't want anybody to steal it. And then I was sitting in it just I mean, what if it blew up?
Drive. Why would it blow up?
I don't know. Things happen. If it blew up, you would have blamed me for not sitting in it.
Well, what are your first impressions?
It's pretty nice. Like I mean, the road is obviously rough out here, but it's pretty quick. I thought it was gonna not be as quick based on how you were describing it, but it seems pretty fast.
It's not an F30 quick.
Yeah, but the clutch is pretty good.
Yeah, the clutch is good.
I think it is pretty quick though. Like it might be close to F30 quick.
No.
I haven't been in my F30 in a while. So.
No, that was a pretty clunky pull. On these roads, pretty clunky.
With time, he'll get used to the clutch for this car specifically. It's only a second drive, so.
I know, that's crazy. Second drive.
Yeah, just trying to find that bite point still. Alright guys, that wraps up another Shop Don't Stop video. All the parts and tools we used will be in the description below, so check that out if you need any clarifications. And remember,
Shop don't stop.